I'm going to start the Parks and Recreation Board, March 12th, 2024. It is 6:35 p.m. And I guess we can start with the roll call. We've got me, DeVille's here, Keith's here, Tamika is not here, Christian's here, and Rhiann's no longer here. And Lori, I guess we're all here. It's good enough. Oh, and Amy, my wife, she's not on there. Oh, is it? Oh, good call there. I had to get my glasses. All right. Let's see, roll call. There's nothing on roll call here. How do you know? I thought that was the minutes. Yeah, so we're here. All right. All right, so let's discuss the putting a zip line in Sonora Park then maybe. Do that.
I would like to know
Man, that
where
sounds
that,
dangerous.
I'd like to know where that came from.
Yeah,
That's the same question.
where did that come from?
The idea. Who proposed the amendment?
Oh.
Is he here to talk about it?
Dangerous? Unless they're going to be chained to it, but that sounds even more dangerous.
Christian, you have input on that?
What are they picturing here on the zip line? Lots of cushion?
The zip line was just a throw-in from the city manager to add some additional play features for the city of Kennedale. And I think he wanted you all to think about it and get your all thoughts on having a zip line. Similarly, we would asking about pickleball.
Now that one, yeah.
We want
that's not on
to
here.
do a pickleball court, and we're planning on having that at Sonora Park as well.
Yeah, because the zip line, I see that north Arlington. And it takes a crew to do. You have to have
Yeah,
employees.
I like that much better.
Well, they have different type of zip line. It's not going to be on a tree or anything. It's like on a hammock. They're going to have two posts, and then you put a little kid in a basket and you zip them down, and then the parent on the other end zip them back up. And they have a ramp that they could climb up.
Okay. Yeah, when you said zip line, I'm thinking through trees and stuff.
No. This is a low-level zip line. It's basically for kids. They're going to have a little ramp. They climb up, sit in a basket, or some of them could hold on
Yeah.
the upper strength and be pushed down and sent back.
Would we be able to get some documentation on that? What that
Pictures,
looks
yeah.
like and how
We
long it is?
could.
Where would it go if he wants to see that? I mean, we couldn't make a decision on just that. Just hey, a zip line out there. We just the
Yeah, I mean,
little few things y'all told us were like, oh well, that makes a little bit more
I
sense.
mean, you all could think about is this something that you would like to have a zip line? Because they come in 50, 75 feet and 100 foot for the small ones. So that's probably from here to the step for 100 foot.
I just, I don't know, it just sounds like a liability to me.
I think it should be a goal of ours to get something new out there every year. Now we got the park.
But I like the pickleball. Pickleball, is that what it's called? Pickleball?
Pickleball.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like that.
it's what's in craze now. It's a big competitive game now all over the world. So
Well, one of the things I think we also, if we're going to do something like that, especially to get competitive, we need to make sure who's going to support that. Just like our golf frisbee out there, we're not organizing anything, even though supposedly we have one of the best ones around. We don't plan nothing. We don't do nothing as a board or at a city to do events out there for it. And I think same thing
Who
with
does the
pickleball.
events out there? Do they do it themselves? The frisbee golf guys do it themselves or what?
Or as far as I know, there is no event. I mean, I've never heard of one
No, there was one event I heard of that brought in a
in
whole
the
bunch.
past. Is it? Oh, no, individuals go out there all the time. I'm talking about setting an event
There was one
in the
event,
past.
Yeah.
And Jeff has been on here about a year and a half or so.
Yeah, I know, but I was saying
Oh.
So I feel like we should look into who does that and talk to
Well,
them.
she's saying that the frisbee golf people do their own
Who
tournament.
is that? Yeah, we need to talk to them people and say, hey, I'm assuming they have to work through the city to set that up, right? And it's in our park, so
I wouldn't
shouldn't
think
we
so,
know?
though, would they? If it's just an open park and,
If they're gonna
well,
do an
no,
event?
because you don't know if somebody's going to be there or not. I don't know. We'd have to talk to them, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
I'll get some information more on the pickleball court because we're having some vendors put some prices together and see how it pans out.
And
And
would
when it
you
comes to
also
maintenance, we're gonna maintain it, it's just whoever wants to play, they would have to bring their own rackets and ball and stuff, but we're gonna maintain the facility.
I definitely would like to address that a little bit more. I agree we should have one out there, but also if they are competitions out there, before we reached out and got prices, I would suggest we reach out to these other, what do you call them, groups, what do we call them, that do pickle and say, hey, what kind of area would y'all need and would you be willing to come to Kennedale? Because really, our park should be looking at to get people out there. We need to advertise this stuff. It's great to have our Frisbee golf out there, and I see people out there all the time when I walk. But
there's a
also
lot of-
to
it's
do
popular.
city events, I think that's even better. And the same thing with pickleball. If we're going to build it, let's build it that people around other cities will come to our city and use it. Is that something you could look into?
Correct, I mean, this is just a wish list, in that, you all could think about it. Oh, now that I'm here, I'm gonna give you all some stuff. Show you all aware that we have the new playground at Sonora Park up and running, right? You all drove by there lately?
Yep, read it on Facebook.
Well, swing by on New Hope Road and take a look at our new playground. We're gonna have a ribbon cutting on Friday afternoon at 6. Yeah, so you all are welcome. I guess the mayor and
Oh, yeah,
the
Friday
council is
at
gonna be out there to do the grand opening. So what I passed out there is kind of in line with the playground. We are looking at your consideration to put shaded area for parents when they come out to have the kids play on the new playground. And then the other one is for the basketball court at Rogers Farm. And that's just a rendition what it's gonna look like if we keep it and pursue the direction that we want to go. Is out, do we want to maintain that half size, or we want to go with a full court? And I think it says a price in there, I think it's 59 grand or 39
extend it?
grand, just to put that
Make it
basketball
full
court
court,
as
make it
is.
to extend it to like more concrete and everything. It's gonna be.
Yes, and that is a different price. That one is for the existing one, that I think is half a court or just a little more than half a court. And that's 39 grand just to resurface it and put two new nets and remarking it. Is
What kind of
that,
surface is it? Let's see.
Is it concrete or is it like a rubber surface?
that's concrete.
So they're going to pull up that concrete and redo the concrete?
No, they're gonna add to it.
No, we're just gonna refurbish the concrete with non-skid paint for whatever they call it.
So let's just be clear, they're not adding footage.
You're not, yeah, but we're not seeing a picture of.
No, but there is another one for a real full court.
But you didn't give that to us today.
No.
So this one here is just for them to clean up the concrete and paint it, and they want.
Yeah, and I just want you all to bear in mind, that's just for that, and that alone is 39 grand.
Okay, so that's 39 grand.
So if we're gonna extend that court to make it, high school or
Regulation.
not regulated standard, I think it's 100 by 80 or whatever it is.
And to do that, it's really gonna be only another 20,000 versus refreshing what we've got.
Well, I would say another 40,000.
Yeah.
So you're looking like probably
By the time we
90,
do it, it's probably gonna be
you're
50,000.
looking at 90,000.
90,000.
Oh,
He already got the price for the half court. So just to paint it, basically just to paint it.
Just to paint that and stripe it and put one additional goal is 39 grand.
39, okay. So what's this, 57?
Is it 57?
Yeah, that's why we're getting
57.
so dang confused here.
Yeah, 57. Well, I'm saying
Okay,
39.
All right, there we go, okay.
And that's just for that. If we,
That's just to refresh it, it's almost 60 grand.
correct. And if we're gonna have a full size,
For
you're,
90.
you're looking like about 90.
He's 90.
And then we haven't added, lighting or anything like that, so you're looking at another 20. And I don't know what's the traffic out on Rogers Farm for basketball. Anytime I drive there, I've never seen anybody
Yeah, I've never
playing.
seen anybody, that's what I'm saying, I've never seen anybody playing.
So is that a good investment for us? I know it's going to be good for the community. I think what people really want to see is to have that basketball court at Sonora Park. I mean, I got calls about putting the basketball court out there, but, I don't know.
Well, I think if we could, maybe Sonora Park, it would be better for sure because it gets more traffic, but then at the same time, maybe in a section of it, make it the pickleball court at the same time, or it's gonna be universal. So it's not just dedicated just to, basketball, or, really, you could put up a tennis court.
And I could see both ways. I think having a basketball court that size with one goal for kids to go and practice, that's fine. And
Do you know what the
keep
next
the pickleball court.
ball court, I think it's smaller, it's small, isn't it?
What, a pickleball court?
The footprint of a pickleball.
Pickleball court fits into a basketball court.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, no, it fits into a tennis court. So it's
Does that-
like a little bigger than a basketball court in length.
it's a little bit bigger than a basketball court. Or mean a half court or full court?
Bigger than a tennis court.
Pickleball is?
No, it's going to fit inside a tennis ball court. So it's smaller than a tennis ball court, but it's going to fit in there. So it's like, I don't know, 75 feet by 45 or 50.
Says, dimensions for pickleball court is 20 by 44.
20 by 44?
Tennis is 50 by 100.
And this says
So yeah, it fits in a tennis ball court.
30 by 60, so I guess there's a couple. This is USA pickleball rule book states that the surface should be 30 by 60. That sounds more realistic.
So yeah, so it fits inside a tennis ball.
Oh, and then they say the actual playing lines measure 20 by 44.
So yeah, but that's when they stripe it in, yeah.
Is there a spot in Sonora that they have an idea or where they want to put this
At the front,
at the front?
that kind of runs where New Hope Road is, in that big open area in the front.
But then what do we do at Rogers then?
Well,
But Rogers, if you pursue that basketball,
Well, I was saying if we basically focus on moving the basketball court to Sonora, or no, you can't do that? You can't do that?
I mean, if you all want to consider that, just let us know.
I mean, I just don't ever see anybody out at Rogers. I've never seen anybody on that. Never, not even sitting on the basketball court. And I look at it every time I drive by there. So what do you think, DeVille?
Well, I think, for me, it's always been a concern that the basketball court would be in a residential neighborhood because of the.
Noise, yeah, yeah.
I know personally, I would not want to be in a neighborhood where I can hear basketball bouncing. It's just really
Yeah, it's annoying,
annoying.
yeah.
Trying to rest. So, one of my suggestions would be to transform this basketball court that's here in Rogers Farm, make that a pickleball court because that's less noise. It's, the ball
that's a
is
good
very
idea.
small, it's plastic, and it would not disturb anyone, and regarding
And I think it'd be
noise
cheaper.
level.
And then that way you're just basically restrapping the,
Yeah,
the
and so I
basketball
don't know
court.
how much it would cost to make, and definitely should not be 57,000 to take this basketball court and make it a pickleball court. It shouldn't be that.
Well,
And then, but I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know the
yeah. I
price.
mean, these days.
But I do agree with the basketball court being in Sonora Park because you have more people. It's more of a family area, so you'll have something to do for everyone.
Yeah, typical started from scratch for a pickleball court, we are looking like about 80 grand.
80
Well,
grand.
the slab's gonna already be there. It's basically just gonna be restrapping it.
Oh, you're talking about putting the pickleball court?
Pickleball at Rogers, and then in the future, maybe a basketball court at Sonora, where it gets more, where it's away from houses, for one. That was a good observation there. Yeah, so it's not bothering anybody, because pickleball sounds kind of quiet.
It is quiet.
Yeah.
With the foot traffic is going to be noisy because since that being so popular, we're going to have a lot.
over there too. That's something
It's
else
good.
we should.
There's going to be a lot of people. And usually, anywhere you go, it's a line to get in to get a game. So it's going to have a lot of foot traffic.
You know, if we're going to spend all that money, I'd like to have it all Sonora, and I would like to talk about Roger Park different. You know, I think, and first of all, the courts that there, we don't want to spend 70,000. We really need to look at that playground. That playground is, you know, we gave you a list a while back, coming almost a year now, of broken stuff at the playground. I would rather focus on Roger Park. Let's get the playground fixed. And let's not focus on, I mean, the basketball court, we do want, of course, and we don't know, our board don't know how much money's out there, right? And we hear from you all the time, we don't know money, we don't have no money. Well, we don't want to say a bunch of stuff, we don't have no money.
And that's another thing. I mean, during the day, when I drive by there, there's no traffic. There's nobody playing on Rogers Farm. Not a single soul. I don't know if they come in the afternoon or on weekends, but based on how it's at right now, there's no traffic because there's grass growing. Our wood chip is not moved, so I don't see any footprint in there. So it tells me kids are not playing in there at all. So if that's the case, then it don't make sense to go and invest money out there and put a brand new playground equipment. Because what we have there is still functional. The only thing that's missing or slightly broken is those
Yeah, the
rock climbing.
Yeah.
It's the rock climbing. Other than that, the rest of the equipment are in perfect shape, but no one is using it.
Is there a way we could do a study on how?
We can go ask one of the
people-
neighbors, you know, how often they see people out there. I did, and in fact, there was a woman that lived right next door to the, Rogers that, well, Jeff knew her, and she was, I guess she used to work for the city or be on a board or something, but she was very helpful. I can ask Jeff.
No, it's Linda, it's
Linda, yeah, I think Linda's her name.
her that was here.
Oh, that was here? Well, we can ask her. I mean, she's gonna know. She lives right there.
Yeah, you'll be with, she's on KKB, so you.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. Well, then we need to talk to Linda.
Well, I think that might be something if we want to focus on parks, if we want to say we don't want to spend money on parks that are not so active, I think we need to back that up somehow. I think if we have a park that's not being used, we need to make sure it's well kept. So, you know, we need to go back and look at the list. As far as the basketball court being so expensive, I'm wondering, you know, if we could, instead of doing the play deck coating, I mean, could we not find a different way to get the lines back on there, just fix the net that's there, you know, let's do bare minimum, if we're saying no one's going there. But
Just
we
make it look
don't,
pretty.
we don't want a park, even if they're not very used very much, look ran down, right? I mean, right, guys?
Right, no, I agree.
And we don't want to spend a bunch of money. We still don't know about money. And so it's hard for us to say, because if money is not an issue, then of course we want to spend that money over there. But if we have to weigh out where this money is going to be spent, and we're looking at the town center here, that some things not working properly, and you're saying can't be fixed, has to be replaced, you know, how do we weigh out where the money goes when we don't even know how much money we have to spend? Right?
Yeah, it's like we're dreaming here.
And we don't want to dream, we don't want to waste everybody's time dreaming. You know, we need to know what's feasible for the city to ask us to do and what they really want us to do. If they really want us to recommend stuff, we already did a recommendation over a year ago, and none of it's been done, right?
Well,
So-
no, we did almost all of it.
So all this stuff out here is repaired, because after, I mean, y'all fixed the little bouncy cars are back now, you replaced one of them. And y'all repaired the rock wall over here as well, and
No, we had price.
there that was cracked.
Here's gonna get a
it
new,
has a
it's gonna get a
crack.
new playground here though, right, in spring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
This
how
one's
did you
getting
hear
new.
about that?
The last meeting you were here, that last one,
That's all getting replaced out there, Saturday
Mm-hmm.
Park?
that's been in the.
The rock climbing over here in Town Center, it's
Yeah, but you
still
were here
cracked.
because she picked, remember she changed the color on it.
So that's
Better-
here or it's Sonora Park,
Yeah, I think we're getting a little confused on the.
Oh, yeah,
change of
yeah, where
park, but
was, I thought it was this park right here.
I wasn't here, so I don't know.
yeah, you were here.
Yeah. When we
That
picked the
we
colors,
talked about
we picked the
replacing
colors.
this
But it
playground?
might not be for this one. What was that for? What was that?
I think it was for Sonora Park.
And the Sonora Park's already
So
there.
no,
The 300 some
so
thousand.
Sonora Park is completely redone. There's a brand new playground out there.
It's for that.
So
It's
let's
already
just-
out there?
It's already up. The grand opening is Friday afternoon at 6.
Everything is. All right.
So just to back up, it sounds like we're all confused. I know I'm confused. If you're saying that here in City Park, that it's going to get replaced, could we see and if you already seen it, I would like to see what was picked.
No, I guess this one hasn't been
I would
picked
like to
yet.
see how much it costs. I mean, if that's true, if it's going to be
So
done
wait,
in
so you're
3
saying
months.
that brand new playset that's going to be installed, that's at Rogers or Sonora?
Sonora has a brand-new playground.
Okay.
I mean, you all were here last time, went to choose colors and so
That's
forth.
what we were all talking about a while ago. That one's done.
Yeah, I
It's in
just got
place.
confused for a second. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
in
that's the
place.
ribbon
Yeah,
cutting
that's-
on
yeah.
Friday.
Correct.
For that.
So now, I do look at C, it says talk about playground equipment for Town Center and Roger Park to be submitted to city council for approval. So who put that on here? And so do you have information what that
Well,
part?
let's back up a little bit. I think, you all are not sending a good requirement for our agenda. So Lori has to decide, what should we have there so the board could discuss something? We take it that you all being the board, you all need to have something that you all want to discuss at the next session. But if we don't get back anything and we just getting back, we don't have anything, then we have to find something for you all to talk about. So that's why we have an idea as well. Let's talk about Town Center, let's talk about Rogers Farm, let's talk about zip line, let's talk about pickleball, because you all are not providing us with any feedback at all, except that some of the equipment are broken.
Personally, I thought that was enough. I thought getting that fixed would be a great achievement for us.
Well, the only thing that's broken there right now is just that one rock climbing, it's not a rock climb, it's plastic, that where the kids step, it's cracked. It's still functional, but again, if you take a survey, nobody uses that. Everybody uses that little merry-go-round or those little riding rocking chairs.
Well,
That's the only thing because they're little, 2-year-old kids, that's all they use.
Again, we've got to figure out who uses what, I guess, so we can do some sort of
So on Rogers, we need to
evaluation.
talk to Linda.
Well, yeah, we just can't come out here and sit down for 8 hours and see
On
who's
Wednesday mornings, the kids going out there, but again, we're out there 2 hours, so I don't know how much is really used now. We see it out there because the librarians do something once a month or something, so a lot of kids come out there and play. So I don't know how you say how many people go somewhere. I'm still going to take the stance, though, if the city has something, if they use it or not, it needs to look good, it needs to look right. And so
Exactly.
If we,
But yeah, but then we need to have a priority, which one you want.
right,
You want to concentrate on all, which would be fine that we want to do everything, but there's no funding for everything. So you need to prioritize which one we want to get done this 6 months or this quarter, the second quarter, the third
we've already done
quarter.
that.
We need to do something like that.
I'm going to suggest we do another walk around like we did when Jeff was here and see what we think. So take these ideas like pickleball and
Maybe we
maybe,
can talk to Linda while we're there.
well, we need to figure out really how you can do a count. How involved does this group want to
Right.
get to actually go into parks, pick some hours to go out there and just drive
So
out
next
and-
meeting,
and meet.
put in for a field trip?
Yeah, I think it would be beneficial if we were actually there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any clue what the parks look like or what they need unless I was physically there.
And we need to get the minutes from last May that, what
Yeah,
you
where's the
mentioned.
minutes? Do we have the minutes?
We'll get the minutes and we'll go over that again. And this time, let's do a little bit of research, what they're saying about a zip line and also a pickleball and we also have, the golf out there that we only have the Frisbee golf, we only have 9 holes, that's 18 holes
Do you ever see anybody playing frisbee golf though?
all the time.
All the time?
Only when I'm there.
Only
I've
when-
never
oh, but
been
if
there
you're there,
one
you see it.
time that
It's better
someone
than
wasn't
Rogers.
throwing a Frisbee.
Hmm.
And now, how often do I go? Once, twice a week.
Yeah, I don't, I thought making it 18 holes was a good idea.
I did too. And so, but again, as a board here, where we struggle at, or where I struggle, I should say, I counted y'all in, that, we're not experts about parks. We don't know how cities run. We don't even know how a dang park board runs. And so we're struggling with things getting thrown at us, and then we're like, yeah, let's make a decision when we really don't have anybody, I would like to see like, y'all said at one point, you're gonna have some guy come do evaluation for all our parks. I would like to see if that ever happened. If they
happened with that?
did, can they come and talk to us and say, hey, this is what we see at other cities? We see surveys come out with different boards and, with Nathan's group, we just had a survey go out through the whole city, what's important. And part of that was our board was on there talking about parks, but we never get nothing like that. We have to go find it on our own. And then we have to make sure it gets on the agenda and
Yeah.
which
And
we
that's, there's a
forget.
learning
Obviously, I
curve
guess
by
we forget
itself.
to let you know, I guess. We think about it. And so I would like to try to figure out, did y'all go with a contractor to look at all our parks? Did that ever happen? That never happened. Okay.
No, I think we're talking about the, that football slash at the ballparks, you know, we were talking about. Didn't you have somebody come?
Oh, the ballpark. Yeah, we had some,
But that's all he looked at, though. He didn't go look at any of the other parks, right?
correct.
Okay.
And they were
Well, somebody like that costs money too.
consultant firms that came out there and take a look, and they have ideas what we could do out there, but we don't have the land space for what they're suggesting. So,
Is that something our board need to be looking at and be informed about? Or is that something city council and public works taking care of? Or I don't know the roles. I really
The
don't.
budget, it's not in the budget.
Well, we know it got approved.
Right.
We had a bond, and we know the bond got approved, but that's kind of all we know. We don't
And it
know.
was only for 3 million, right? The bond was for 3 million?
correct.
Yep. So that's it, 3
And
million.
again, is that our responsibility? Or is that, Christian, you taking that on with the city council? Do you know?
Well, I did my due diligence to as much as they would want me to, so right now it's on hold per se.
With city council or just on you or with Daryl or?
With, not the council asked for a study, and we reached a certain area and then it stopped.
Okay.
We had a consultant firm came out and started and tell us what they would need and what we need. And then it looked like the dollar value was climbing, and
Of course.
is it going to do anything for us? Well, everybody started backing down. So the city is looking at a different angle now for the ballpark.
And when you say the city, that would be you and Daryl?
It would be above me.
So Daryl's making that decision? Because eventually I know it'd go to council, but someone has. to
Well,
put
the,
something
the,
together.
coun- the council asked for a study, and that's all they asked. And then all of a sudden,
And did they get the results from the study?
we didn't get to have a complete study.
Oh, didn't even do the study before it got shut down?
We had people came out, consulting firms came out and suggestions, and provided suggestion, and it was going to provide
Budget.
estimated cost, what it's going to cost. But
And was
Yes.
that given to council?
no, they talked to council, yes. And we had another company came out and provided a presentation, and
And that was to council or is that to public works?
to the council. And they laid it out to the council and said, and bottom line, $3 million is chicken scratch for a ballpark. They flat out tell you it's going to cost you $1 million just for the field. We ain't talking about no amenities, water, sewer, lighting, what you might call it, concession stands or anything like that. That's not included. Just the ball field alone is $1 million.
So I would think on next month, if we could figure out, when they did the survey, when Nathan did the survey, they talked about the parks. And it's my understanding that's why we went out and got bids on that, because the citizens of Kennedale did a survey and said, hey, we'd love to see some sort of a football field, baseball field. Could we get that as our board to review that, to give us direction, what the city wants as well?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Is that, are
think
you
so
able
much
to do
easier.
that? Did
We'd
we
know
need to
everybody
find out
would
on our
have to-
own? Do we need to reach out to Nathan, or what would you think about that?
I mean, if I was you all, I would suggest that to the council. Say, we want to see a survey done,
So it'd be a request to council.
yeah, through the council, and have the council decide, well, yeah, no, we don't want that. But I'm going to the council and suggesting, hey, we need to do a survey with the community and said, what do you all want?
Because I'm still confused about what our board does, but aren't you supposed to be our representative to council? Or are we supposed to go to council?
I would be your middleman, but the deal is I can go and say, the Parks Board wants this because I don't know what you all need.
But even if we ask for that survey, you're saying we need to go, not you, to
No.
ask council?
If you would just tell me what kind of survey you want, I could present that to the council and then get a feedback and ship it
Yeah,
back
we
to
want
you
a
guys.
survey from the citizens about what they would like to see in the parks.
The one that originally kicked this off, where we got our well, I don't think we got the 3 minutes. It was the survey where I believe the mayor said, hey, the citizen have spoken out through that survey that Nathan sent out, saying they would like to have some sort of a
Yeah.
recreation field. That survey, you know which one I'm talking about?
Hmm.
You don't recall?
Do you remember?
Unless they just did a survey about, for the community and asking
It's the steering
what you all
committee.
like to see for the city of Kennydale.
One that did it. Nathan sent it out.
So yeah, they probably just did a check and say, what would you all like to see for the community? I mean, and if 5 people responded, that means it's 100%.
So just for clarification, when are the council meetings actually held again?
The last month?
It's the 3rd Tuesday of every month.
The third Tuesday of every month. So next Tuesday, and what time? 6 p.m. and here.
And if you want to go back and find,
So the next one will be next Tuesday.
and they're on YouTube, so you can go back and look at all the history. So we can go back and try to find the one where you talked about this playground, or where they asked you to search on the playground. I guess it got dropped since then, but we could go back and look at there as well.
Yeah, you could go back because there's a presentation presented to the council.
Yeah, so we could do that on our
That's
own,
it.
on that presentation. Do you know what month?
Wasn't that voted on by the citizens of Kennedale?
Yeah.
So that's your survey. Like, the citizens of Kennedale voted for this to pass.
Yeah, and they did, but
No money.
That's a good
Nothing
point. We could go
happened.
back and look what was all in that bond. And I know there was a survey, I heard them talk about the survey too. So them two things would be great information, and I guess I'm asking Christian, is that stuff you can research and find for us? That's what I'm wondering, if you're our contact of the city, that you can go find it. However, I understand we're not being straightforward, but we're giving you some ideas where to look. Is that enough information for you to go?
I could go back to the city secretary records and see what we have for whenever they had the survey done last year, 6 months ago. I could pull those.
And then the bond as well?
Yeah, it's going to tell you what the bond was for, yeah.
And that way we'd have that documentation with us to help us, to get us on some sort of a direction to go as a bond. I mean, as a board, would help us tremendously. I think that's good.
So
discussion.
next meeting, do y'all want to just plan on meeting at Rogers like we did last time? Start there and work our way down? No need to come in here, I guess.
Did we
is
do that for a
doable?
meeting, or we just picked a date?
Yeah, I think it's outside the.
Oh, yeah.
I think we have to have the
Oh, yeah.
meeting.
Well, then we need to pick a date then. We need a date.
Well, I
What's
know
convenient for y'all?
Friday, I mean, I plan on going to the ribbon cutting on Fridays, but
Yeah, I was kind of wanting to see that too, so
Because I'm
maybe then
thinking
would be a good time.
if we all go to the ribbon cutting on Friday, we can, at least we can look
a
at
good
that
idea.
park and
That's a very good
evaluate
idea.
that on Fridays.
I'll actually be out of town, but I encourage y'all to go. I mean, I really encourage y'all to go. It's
I
not,
really encourage you to be there.
I promise you, all you need is the notes from
Well,
last
then we
May.
can wait on that. I mean, we can do the ribbon cutting.
I'm just saying, the notes
got a whole
from last
month.
May
Yeah.
are due.
I may have the notes from last May, I'll look, because I keep the.
And just go back and look. And if we do less than a quorum, less than 3, you can just go on your own, or 2 can go. More than 3 would be a quorum. We have to bring you as well, right? And so it wouldn't be bad if we did it in groups of 2. I guess that's okay to say, right?
Yeah.
And then we could come back and talk at the
That way we can go
meeting.
at our own convenience.
And then we could come back as a group and say, this is
Would
the
you
stuff we
see- would you
found. And
observe?
you put that as an item. And then we get,
So we'll just make that our goal between now and next meeting then.
and as,
Friday
you
would be
should
good.
text us all and remind us.
Right, you be sure you're. Yeah, I can do that.
Texas,
Oh, yeah.
not more than 3 at a time. More than 2. Yeah, 3 is a quorum, so. And I hear that we're actually going to get training eventually for the board.
Really?
Have
That would be
these.
awesome. Yeah. Then we know what we're
Let's
doing.
hopefully that will happen. So I'm sorry I drug you all down that. I'm
No,
so
that's,
sorry.
we needed to. That needed to be done.
I don't know.
All right, so
So I'm going to say we're going to table both of these, by the way. This discussion, we have both of these documents. I would suggest tabling to the next meeting to talk about this after we got what Christian's going to provide us and we're going to do our own looks.
yeah, and then so
And then we'll rediscuss redoing Rogers basketball, basketball
yeah.
and putting bench and cover at
Well,
Sonora.
that should be done after this. We get a survey type of deal done, right? Yeah.
I just don't want to lose it. So if I
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you that to table it, you have
I'll
to bring
keep
it
it.
back up next, or
Yeah.
she will bring it back up. And we'll have much longer. And Lori, just be sure, if he's writing this stuff down for next time, are you catching that, or are you expecting him to rewrite that and send it to you to be on next? And is that okay, or do you need something more different? Yeah, so you'd have to kind of draft that up and send that to be official to get next. And you can share it to.
And I've already got it, now I've already got it down here as far as changing this to pickleball. I already got that.
You
We need to get a
some
price
good
on
notes
that.
there. But she's just saying to get it tabled, get it on next agenda, you have to
No,
send
it's,
an
yeah, I've got
official
it.
email.
Yep, it's on here.
And Railroad Park needs to be on there too.
Yep, it's on here. There's Jeff. Hey, man, we could have used you about 15 minutes ago. Hey, so, can we talk to him? Can we ask him questions?
And that,
Surveys, how did y'all do your surveys? Like ask citizens what they want in the parks? Yeah, you, Jeff.
man.
Yeah, yeah, you're the man.
As far as the park goes,
Yeah, as far as, yeah, asking the citizens what they want.
we did that about a year ago with the Parks Board leading up to everything going on. So what specifically do you want to know?
What they want in the parks, what do they want to see?
well, we were
Or
talking,
actually, we should probably give them like a list. Do you want pickleball? You know, give them like something they can choose.
I believe that survey was done with the city the last time we did a survey, yeah.
is that the one you're talking about, Nathan, with the steering committee? Or,
Yes.
and we're just asking we get a hold of that. We're just asking Christian if he could find that. And then,
Find that out.
and also about the bond, I guess, what was really written on the bond to know exactly what the citizens want. Because we're just looking for direction, Jeff, since
Sure.
you're gone, we're kind of.
I'll just remind you guys are the Park Board, so you're the advisory committee to us. So you guys need to get the information from the city if they have it. Obviously, make the best decision that you guys think that you want us to hear, and then they'll bring it before us to make that decision. But I think some of you guys were on the tour we did a year ago when I was on the Parks Board, and we kind of discussed some of the ideas that was brought before us. You just need to remind the fellow committee members that were not there that day what was discussed.
Right. Well, what we're discussing now is like, there's no traffic. We don't know what we never see anybody at Rogers. I mean, how much money do we want to put in it?
I mean, that's definitely up to a council's decision, but your recommendations would go a long way. That's what the Parks Board is for.
Well, yeah, after we go view them again and take fresh notes and talk to Linda, the neighbor, about traffic.
I think that would be good to look at that and also to figure out, with all that information, if it would be possible, if that's enough information just to make decisions on, or do we need to pay an outside firm to walk in and say, what do our cities look like compared to other cities our size? And what is recommendations from people that know something about parks? I mean, you've been on a park board a long time, but none of us have.
Yeah,
So we're struggling what our parks are supposed to look at and how to make them grow.
sure. And as a Parks Board member for so long, I did travel around to a lot of cities, and I had the advantage of kids and looked at different parks. It's best to look at the surrounding areas because we do pull people from surrounding areas. So where's our competition at is what I look at. So far, what you guys have done, what Christian has installed is amazing stuff. I was really excited to slide down that slide myself.
Well, I don't think it was intended for adults.
And that's, a phase one scenario. We had other items for, if you guys recall, on the Rogers Park, and that's probably gonna be the next focus. But, y'all's recommendations, again, is you're the Parks Board. So get the information, we don't have time to get to nitty gritty and bring that information before us through Christian or, as the chairman, and we'll listen. If you think it's something that's needs, special
Yeah, I can
attention,
do
bring
it.
it before me and I'll do what I can.
Talk to Linda, stuff like that. Yeah, all right, thank you. Appreciate that. And you're looking, was city council wearing you down there? You look a little tired there, Bubba. You're looking your age.
It's spring break.
Spring break? Oh, yeah, there you go.
Well, thanks for coming up and supporting us, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. So, is that it? We just got a
So we did,
homework to do?
we did update from staff. Was that all? And then
That's it.
introduce your wife, I guess. We're on number 2.
There's my lovely wife. She's now on the board.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So it looks like we're on right here.
Consent agenda approval for the minute. Yeah, approval for the minutes.
I make a motion to approve our last Board Park meeting minutes.
Can I get a second for that?
Second, the motion
And
to approve the
motion
minutes.
to pass. Everybody says aye.
Vote for playlist equipment on town center. So we got some here, items for individual consideration. So I guess that one we want to table too. If you make a note to table, making a motion to vote for the list of the playground equipment to town center.
Oh, yeah, on the,
If you could just table that and put that back on next month's
okay.
agenda, same as this one.
All right, that one will be there and this one. No, which one you should? It's this one, which one? And this one, these two? Or no, this one, no? Two. What? No, there you go.
So that's part of what we're supposed to do tonight. I'm gonna say you want to table that, so.
Okay, I need to make a motion to vote.
No, I'm gonna make a motion to table this vote until.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
next
Yeah,
Meeting.
good call. Yep.
So if someone will
Motion to
second that,
table it. Yeah, I'll second that. Okay, I second.
that good enough?
Where are we right now on the?
We're on the last page of this month's agenda, at the very top on D.
Items for individual consideration. And
And the last thing is, you already adjourned?
in the meeting, yeah.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
You second that, Amy? And I approve. The meeting is over at 7.